Hello, everybody. I'll be back here. I'm just gonna give you a summary of what what our experience has been, what we've learned. So I guess if you don't know this, which we didn't know until we experienced it, you won't have go through the same less life lesson as we did. So as my last video it showed Trisha building a campfire at the makeshift campsite that we was at, like a mile from the Woody Gap sign, where you start, well, where the parking lot is, and the bathrooms and stuff like that. So after we left there, we went up Preacher's Rock. We climbed up Preacher's Rock and got on top of that. It was so beautiful up there. The view was just speechless. Like if I could just live there, I would love to. Um, we knew it was gonna rain, so before we left the campsite, we put on our rain gear. So we was okay, in that areas we wouldn't fumbling around in the rain for our rain gear. So we went there, and then we was coming down Preacher's Rock, and going up Big Cedar Mountain. Well, when we was coming down Preacher's Rock, it started raining on us. Which I thought our packs would have been fine. I knew we was gonna get a little wet probably, but because I thought, because our packs were waterproof, and we had a rain fly over our packs, but of course that wasn't true. Everything got wet, and then we got on Big Cedar Mountain just to get out of the rain, because there was a makeshift campsite there. So we pitched a tent there just to get out of the rain, and then we thought we'd take a zero there to dry our stuff, because whenever I was in the tent going through our stuff, I seen that it was wet. Um, and so we hung out everything. Everything, well, our clothes didn't dry, but everything that was important, like our sleeping bags, our sleeping pad, and stuff like that. And we had one set of dry clothes that we changed into, so we didn't get hypothermia. Um, and so we camped out. Well, we got out of the rain. We pitched in on Big Cedar Mountain. Did a zero there, drying out everything. And then the next day when we woke up, it was, oh my goodness, I thought the wind was about to take our tent away. I think it was like the wind was like 65 mile an hour, or maybe I exaggerate. I don't know. It was rough. And then it started raining a little bit and sleeting, and since we only had one pair of dry clothes that we had on, and somehow our rain gear got messed up from Preacher's Rock because we had it on to Big Cedar Mountain. So of course we had messed up rain gear. I was like, okay, well, why don't you just hunker down and wait out the weather here on Big Cedar Mountain. Well, we did that, and then it was just getting worse. Like the weather was not going away. So and it was just getting colder. And so these one family came, and I asked them what the weather's going to be like, and they was, telling us, and they asked us if we would stay warm. I was like, well, we're trying, because we was. I mean, we was, everybody was stoned up and stuff like that. Plus our sleeping bags were 10, good for 10 degrees, and they were good. But then they was start talking about, it's supposed to get, 21 and stuff like that, and we did not want to be on top of that mountain because I think that if we would stay there, we wouldn't have made it off that. So I was like, why don't we just go to Lanes Creek, go down there, because I was only, 20 minutes down the thing, down the mountain, and so we can just get off this mountain. Because in the winter, we realized that, you do not want to be on top of a mountain. On top of a mountain is the coldest part of anywhere. You get more wind because you don't have, I guess, trees. Now I wouldn't mind sleeping on top of a mountain if it was like 100 degrees because then the wind would be great. So, but then we went to Lanes Creek, met some people there. Everybody was cool, and stayed there. Well, slept there. Um, and then we packed up and was trying to make it to Jared's Gap. But then the wind just started getting really, really cold and everything else. So we got to this other place. Like it has, I don't know what it's called. But it's where you see the sign, and it leads you either down Jared's Gap, um, down there like dirt trail, quote unquote dirt trail or whatever. It looked like a dirt road, a gravel dirt road. But when you got to the end, it was the fence, the gate was shut. But then it would lead up to the trail to Neil's Gap. Well, we was right there, and 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 stayed there, stayed the night there, and then of course it was cold, windy, and everything else. And I was like, we was thought about just staying there, but then I was like, no, we need to get off, get off here and try to go like down further because we was like still on top of the mountain when we was there. And so um, we was gonna pack up and go down to Jared's Gap and stay there. Um, and well, after we ate was because we was gonna eat our food first because we don't have a bear canister in between Jared's Gap and Neil Gap. You have to have a bear canister. Well, we didn't have a bear canister, and then we talked to people about a bear canister, and they say it's two more extra pounds and it's $75, and stuff like that, and they just didn't really recommend the extra weight and stuff like that, and since we already have a bear bag. And so we was just gonna eat the food and stuff like that, and then go down Jared's Gap and see if we're gonna get a shuttle from Jared's Gap or whatever to Mountain Crossings or wherever, just to get out of the weather for a little while and warm up, get inside with some heat. Um, but then that's whenever a guy was at the side. Oh, good. Was at the sign, Trisha seen him and was talking to him. He's like, well, I'm meeting my shuttle guy here. And she's like, oh, a shuttle. And so she talked to the shuttle guy, and then that's how we got a shuttle from where we were to Mountain Crossings, where Susan Jetter seen us when we was coming off the shuttle. And that everybody was worried. And I just wanted to say, we do appreciate everybody worrying about us because, like, if something really did happen, like, it wouldn't take long for, like, maybe, people to get help to us. But my whole thing of trying to get someone to get warm and stuff like that and to charge their phones because I knew everybody would probably start worrying because on the trail we was running into people, well, women, and they were like, "Oh, I'm part of the women's group," and everybody's worrying, and I'm like, "Well, tell them everything's fine," and I don't know if they actually posted and said that we were fine. But I know, like, in the other groups, people was like, oh, well, I heard him in the tent laughing, or I heard, the dog is barking, or whatever, so, like, something was going on, like, everything was fine, and, so anyway, that's what we was doing, and pretty much what our plans are, is just to go, is to, reassess everything, like wipe down everything, because of course we didn't hardly do anything yesterday, because we was about to only got here, got showers, ate, we got tired, and we went to sleep. So today we're gonna wipe down everything. Well, I'm gonna wipe down everything, you know, um, and air everything out from being out there and just refresh everything and go back out there. And we got another, a better battery pack thing. So it's like Anchor, but we got it at Mountain Crossings, and they said it's really good. Other people that Trisha's seen in the store say they use it and they really like it. So hopefully we won't have any problems again. But we do appreciate all the concern, support, and everything else from everybody. And uh, if anybody has any questions or anything else, you can either message us on Facebook or post in the comments. And I'll talk to y'all later. Have a great day.